Good evening, kids. Today, myself, Teacher Salinas, or Teacher Daniel, as you wish, I'm going to tell you the tale of the 101 Dalmatians. The 101 Dalmatians by Dodie Smith. Do you guys like dogs? I love dogs. I really, really love dogs. Especially over cats. Not Dalmatians, though. Let's start. Pongo and his wife, Mrs. This is Pongo, and this is his wife, Mrs. Were very happy Dalmatians. Mr. and Mrs. Dearly took them to the park every day. One day, they were walking when beep, a car stopped. Do you like going to the park? I love taking walks to the park. This is the villain. Every time she appears, make a surprise face. A woman climbed out of the car. It was a sunny day, but she was wearing a thick coat. That's crazy, right? If it is very, very sunny, why would you wear something that big? I'm Cruella de Vil, she said, and I'm your new neighbor. Look at her. She's just so evil. Evil looking. They went to the Cruella's town house for dinner that night. Everything was black and white and hot. Cruella was still wearing her thick coat. I'm always cold, she explained. So maybe that explains why she always wears coats. She has a cold heart. And that's Cruella again, and that's Pongo and Mrs. again. Very, very surprising. Very evil as well. I would love a Dalmatian coat, smiled Cruella at Pongo and Missy. Shh, said Mrs. Dearly. Don't be silly, Cruella cried. Dogs can understand, but Dalmatians can't understand everything. Once again, Cruella being as evil as she can, with her coat on fire. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Dearly could not find Pongo and Mrs. They looked everywhere for them. Suddenly, they heard a beep. Oh no, they say. Cruella the beep. Oh my god, do you think she took them? I don't think so. She's not that evil, right? Hello, cried Cruella. As she speaking, the cook ran into the hall. I found them, she cried. To them all, Mrs. in the cupboard. She's having puppies. So I guess Mrs. was pregnant at the time and nobody knew. What a surprise, right? And Pongo apparently is the dad. And they have several puppies. Do you like puppies? I don't like puppies. I hate puppies. Excellent, smiled Cruella. She was thinking about her Dalmatian coat. They all quickly went to the cupboard, where there were 15 Dalmatian puppies. Ah, said Cruella. They are much too small. Well, of course they're small. They're puppies, just like you, being little babies and small. Soon the problems began. Mrs. was tired. I cannot look after the 15 puppies, she cried. So everybody helped her. But there were too many puppies. It was very difficult. Look at how many puppies. I can barely take care of one. I cannot imagine how hard it must be to take care of 15 at a time. One day, Mr. Dearly found a Dalmatian in the road. She was tired and hungry. So he took her home. She told Pongo and Mrs. her story. It was very, very sad. My name is Perdita, she said. One day, somebody stole my 7 puppies and I cannot find my husband. She agreed to help Mrs. with her puppies. How unfortunate. Another Dalmatian who has become a victim, apparently, of Cruella. Soon the puppies began to grow. Lucky was the biggest. Cat Pig was the smallest, and Roly Poly was the fattest. They were playing in the garden one day when beep. Who might that be? That beep sounds familiar. It's Cruella again. What does she want now? Apparently the puppies glared at her. They already know she's evil. That's not surprising. Every dog in London heard her. They stopped and listened. So she took them. Suddenly she caught them and threw them in the car. Mrs. could not find them. She barked for help. What an evil person. She just took the 15 Dalmatians. Everybody started looking for them. Mrs. and Pongo went looking for them specifically, asking for other dogs for help if they've seen them. Smelling the plate, talking to the other dogs. That's so sad. They found the big house. Your puppies are here, said a friendly dog. But there are two bad men, he explained, and a horrible woman with a big cat. Horrible woman with a big cat. I think we already know who that might be. Look inside. There's all of the puppies. And the two big bad men are sleeping apparently. At midnight they jumped quickly and quietly through the window. The men were sleeping. There were the barely 15 puppies and Perdita's 7 puppies, and more and more. What could that be? Could it be because Cruella wanted a Dalmatian fur coat, and now she had a lot of small puppies to make that big coat as she loved them? Aha! Cried Cruella when she opened the door. Tomorrow I will have my... Before she could say Dalmatian coat, the Dalmatians ran past her and out of the door. They just pushed her because of how many they were. There were a lot of them. Soon, little Cat Pig was tired. Jump on my back, said Pongo. The men were coming closer and closer. They all ran into the barn and jumped inside some dirty sacks, trying to get a rest and hide from the big bad man and the evil Cruella. The men could not find them. The Dalmatians started running again, and running and running and running from her. Before they went home, the Dalmatians went to Cruella's townhouse, and they made a big mess. Cruella was already on a plane, flying to a very hot country. That's what she gets for being evil. She gets her house destroyed. Perdita and the dearly were sitting sadly at home when they heard a bark. They were very surprised that when they saw the black dogs outside. Suddenly, it started to snow. And look, those black dogs they talked about are the Dalmatians. They were just very dirty from the running and the dust. The dogs came inside when they were clean. Mr. and Mrs. Dearly could use they were Pongo, Mrs. and their puppies. Perita saw her puppies. Mr. Dearly counted them. 1, 98, 99, 100, he cried. 100 Dalmatians. Can you even think of a number, the number 100? Or something, 100 things? I can't. But wait, the story is 101 Dalmatians. Do you remember another Dalmatian in the story? It was Perdita's husband. He heard the story of the 100 Dalmatians. He ran to Cruella's house and found his family again. And that is the end. Thank you very, very much.